Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, August 9th. Welcome. I hope everybody's had a good week. I know, I'm back already. I'm so unpredictable. But I guess we can just get into it. And before I forget, because I didn't show you last time, out of my Paula Vaughn Quilts for All Seasons, um, my July, I forgot last time to show you. If you're new here, I have all of these going, plus several other Paula Vaughns. I'm kind of a junkie. Anyway, that's what it looks like. I worked on it for a little bit, and here is where we are. I filled in some more up here and came down and filled in so that I could fill in some color too. Some of this when I worked on it. So that one I should have shown you in the last video, but I forgot. And this one is in, those are all in this project bag. It's got pigs on it from Goodwill. But nice big project bag to hold everything and not have to worry about it. Anyway, so I have worked on Hallie's birth announcement. I am determined to get this done before she turns a year old. So here is where we are. Oh, I'm sorry. That looks out of place there, my needle minder. Okay. Here we are. And this time I worked here. I filled in some of this side of the drawer. I think I filled in more of this, which is the blanket that the bunny is sitting on top of, and it's coming out of the drawer. And I've come down more over here, and I think I've not finished, there are 2 more rows on that color of the drawer to go, but so anyway, I keep plugging along. Like I said, I have high hopes that it's going to get done before she turns a year old. And before I forget, let me take this one. Let me take it out of the hoop. My Solitude by Mystic Stitch. I don't know if I told y'all that when Kirsten and I did the 90-mile garage sale along Highway 90, that I saw somebody had this print for sale. I should have bought it and hung the 2 of them side by side. Anyway, here is where we are. I got my page finished, my 40 stitches. I think last time I had 40 stitches in 12 different colors left to do on this page, just a partial page. And I came up here and have started on this page. So, there we are. I mean, we've gotten the fence in, right? So we've gotten this part of the fence right here. So, looking good. We're getting there. Take another 10 years, but we're getting there. I have to tell myself to cope. That's my coping mechanism. Make me feel better. Okay. And again, I worked on, Earth Dancer, and it's a Butternut Road, I believe. It seems like it might be focusing a little better this time. I did get all of the stitches that were in the wrong color pulled out, and then I forgot to go buy the correct color, so I haven't gotten them put back in, but as you can see right here, I had to pull all of these out, and I accidentally pulled out a row of a color that didn't need to come out, so I'm sorry, I just can't be still. Anyway, I pulled out a row of the wrong one, so I have extra to stitch there. Yay! I added in more hair and more through here. I was working on this one yesterday, And the kids came over yesterday, and so everybody was here. So I stopped earlier than I might have otherwise, but it's worth it. Although I have to say, week before last, well, last week, sorry, it was just yesterday. Last week, I babysat Ryan for a little, and Hallie for a little bit on Saturday. Mostly Ryan, because Hallie slept the whole time I was there. But they had something else to do on Sunday, and he was very upset because he did not get to see Papa. And he knows that he's supposed to see Papa every week. And so yesterday, he did not want anyone or anything to interfere with his time with Papa. They were out in the yard just digging in the dirt, and I went out there, and I probably wasn't out there for 2 minutes before he told me that I needed to go back in the house. He didn't say it in those words, but he did say, "Cheese," and point at the house. And I said, "Do you want me to go in?" And he said, "Yes." So there you go. But it wasn't just me. He told his own mother. She was getting ready to go to the store and was out there talking to him and interrupting his time. And Aunt Abby and Aunt Rue, they were all going to the store, and he told them individually, "Mama, store. Rue, store. Abby, store. Just go. Do not interfere with his time with Papa yesterday." This is a new start. It's a Janlin kit. What is it called? The Santa Collector. Hey, that's me. I have a ton of Santas. Anyway, I started this. It's a new start kit, so I'm using all the kit supplies. And I started in the middle, which I think is on this one right here. I think it's a 14 count. I don't know what color, but there you go. And I would like for y'all to notice and be very proud of me, because I am very proud of me, because this is not usually how I operate. The floss came like tied up in 5 different little bundles. And look at me, y'all. I made a card for each. They call them Hanks, because that's how they're separated out on the pattern. So I made a card for each one and separated the colors out. Go me. And I just put on here, you can see it, this is for Hank 1. I just put on, I don't know if you can see the pencil, it's very light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the color key, I just number them. I know a lot of people will put the color number or the symbol. I just go down and number it. I could use these for something else if I wanted to. I mean, by the time I get this done, it's going to be a while, so it probably doesn't matter. But if I wanted to, I could use them again. I worked again on Weekenders. And McKenna, yes, I think that their idea is that could be finished in a weekend. Now, maybe if I didn't do another single thing in a weekend, and the weekend started on Thursday, I might could do that. But unfortunately, I like to do other things. I don't know, like eat and sleep and, all of that. But anyway, here we are. I worked over here on the fencing, and I think I pulled some of this down here. And I came across a mistake. Actually, I came across a couple of mistakes. One, I pulled stuff out and corrected it. The other one, I frogged it. And quite frankly, I don't know where they are, so you probably don't either. That's how it should be. Thursday was my birthday. This was a big one. The big 6-0 this year. I'm having a little trouble coping with it, if we're being perfectly honest. I can't right now feel like I can dance around the fact that 60's old. I could pretend like 59 wasn't, but 60 feels real. So Anyway, we didn't go into the office on Thursday. We went to San Antonio on the Riverwalk. We had lunch and some cocktails. Dax and Kirsten and I went. And then Friday, he was telling everyone what a loving husband he is because we had to get a new battery in the car. So he was letting everybody know he bought me a new battery on Friday. We were thankful because the car was slow to start when we were heading into the office on Friday morning, and we called, because we have AAA, we called them out there, and they came, and his diagnostic thing said to charge the battery and then retest. And we let him go on his way, and Dax and I talked about it, and we're like, you know what, just go get another battery, and then we don't have to worry about it. Thankfully, the car did start again. It was slow, but it did start, and he just went and got a new battery, and that's one less thing we got to worry about or deal with. But, yeah, I got a car battery for my birthday. And if you're new here, I don't like for my husband to buy me gifts. He overdoes it, and I don't want him to overdo it. So, the truth of the matter is, I don't want for anything. Kirsten was asking me, what do you want for your birthday? And it's like, I don't want anything. If I want something, I can go buy it. And so it's like, I want to go spend the day on the Riverwalk in San Antonio. So that's what we did. And quite frankly, I don't like to be fussed over. It makes me quite uncomfortable. Anyway, this was a birthday start 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. It's been a minute. Cool Water. Artwork by Mickey Sinkerick. I don't know. Anyway, I just think it's beautiful. You would think I would work on it more. Here we are. I feel just filling in. This is the width of the first page on this side. So we're right up here. At the bottom of this page, I think I'm going to start getting into some of this other stuff. I'm really not, probably in the next 20 rows going down, but I have to use magnification. This is 1/1 on like a gray Jobelin or something. It's a 28 count, I think. Did I already say that? I don't know. Anyway, one of these days it'll get into a place where I work on it all the time. This one's in a bag I made because, of course, why not? It's got a Texas barn and it's all blue bonnets, so, and that's the fabric for the inside. It's just kind of an envelope one, a fold over kind of thing. And, sorry, Graveyard Halloween by Stony Creek. Stitching this on a 14 count Grasshopper Ada. And we have a finish. Ta-da! We've got the moon in. It needs some buttons. I've got to get, like, this spider is a button, those are buttons, and that's a button. So I've got to go get buttons, and I need a red bead for his eye. I'm calling it a finish because I can. But there it's the moon. I had stitched that in and I didn't like it. I used the called for color on it and I didn't like it. So I ordered a number of different flosses. And it just so happened that they were all General Arts. But I had ordered celery. And when I tried with this celery, parts of it, it's hard to tell here, especially with the color changing all the time, the lighting. Part of it get light enough that it's the same color. I had pineapple sherbet. But it's a very pale yellow, but it just comes across as white. And I wound up going with picket fence, which gives me the white and kind of the gray, more like this that it is in here. So we've got spiders put in the back stitching done for them, and then the spider web is really kind of hard to see, but it's in there. It was hard to see while I was doing it, and that's where the spider button goes, is on that. But even if I never find that button or remember to order it, I still think that that looks good even without it. So anyway, yay, we have a finish. Maybe with any luck I'll actually order the buttons and do all of that stuff. As you can see, I have tight margins, so I have to stitch it up somehow. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I was pretty excited about that. I think that's all the stitching I've done. I make no promises, but I think that's it. I have to show you this because this cracked me up. If you're new here, my grandson is 2.5 and our granddaughter is 8 months old. And because Ryan is oldest, he got to decide what I go by. Dax is Papa and I'm Cheese. Don't ask me why. Anyway, my mom ordered this for me for my birthday. They call me Cheese. I cracked up. I cracked up at that. That's craziness. Anyway, and then I've been playing around too, and I made some little zipper pulls, bag bling, whatever you call them. This one has a little pig, a cow, and a chicken. As a matter of fact, yesterday when the kids came over for my birthday, and Addison brought over a cake because I had shown one to Kirsten that I thought was hysterical. That was a chicken and a cowboy hat and boots, and so Addison found somebody and had that cake made for me. I'll see if I can put a picture in. I took a picture, but since I am having to record on my phone now, I don't know how to cut things up and put a picture in. But if I can, I will. Anyway, I made this little one. And I made this one with, it's got a hug. And then a little paw print and a dog dish with a bone. I don't know what I'm going to do with any of them, but I was playing around and I have a lot of beads and that kind of stuff. If I've decided I should try something, I have a lot of everything that goes with it. So unfortunately, I should really get more things made so that I can clean up more around here. But regardless, I think that's it. That, I believe, is all that I have worked on. So that one's nice and quick. It tends to happen that way when it hasn't been a full month since you do a video. Anyway, I haven't even looked at what I'm stitching coming up this week, so I guess it'll be a surprise for all of us. Anyway, thank you everyone for liking, subscribing, for your comments. I appreciate all of it. And we'll see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.